Hi everybody, so this is my first YouTube tutorial focusing on building up layers of depth within the skin to take a fair skin into something a little bit more bronzy. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. So to kick things off, I started with the Tropez Instant Tanning Gel. Mega dark when it first comes out of the tube, but providing you blend it over all the exposed skin, it actually creates a really gorgeous depth to the skin without creating unnecessary texture. The overall effect is very skin-like, so it's great for men as well. I then followed it up with the Tilbury Light Wonder, which is a super lightweight foundation with a gorgeous glow to even certain areas out. I am using a beauty blender sponge, as I find sometimes working foundations over the Tropez gel can sometimes pill. So Lady Tan by Chanel is next up. Love this, it's got a slight reddish undertone, so it does mimic the effect of a slight burn or a really intense tan through the skin. By applying it to the highest areas, we're building up that intensity of colour, but also creating much more realism within the skin. Next, in with Tilbury Flawless Filter. Love this product as it creates a gorgeous glow in the skin without creating a Tin Man or overly metallic finish in the skin. Topping up the coverage with a little bit of the Maybelline Age Erase concealer. Love this one, super full coverage, really lightweight texture, and it is a little bit lighter than the skin that we've created on Beth, so it gives a bit of a highlight. Applying it with the applicator, blending it with the brush, and then patting over the top with the beauty blender from before, just to make sure everything looks in synergy with the skin. All these different layers just add to the transparency and the translucency of the skin, just to ensure that what we've created ultimately does look real. Now to set the under eye, I'm going to apply a little bit of Secret Brightening Powder by Mercier. I will not be baking because I absolutely hate it. It makes everyone look 100 years old, and to me it's just ludicrous. Just use a lightweight powder and set accordingly. To add a velvet finish to other areas of the skin, I did use the Tilbury Airbrush Flawless, and then followed with a really fluffy brush and MAC Dark Golden, just to add a bit more intensity to the hollows of the skin. I'm not the biggest fan of powder highlights as I find they create unnecessary texture in the cheek, but if I'm going to use them, I apply them over a misted skin. This one is Whisper of Guilt by MAC, followed by Fairly Precious Blusher, which adds a soft peachy glow to the cheek area. To me, brows should always look like brows. So I like to use the kind of soap brow method, the Hollywood method, whatever you want to call it, which is soap combined with a little bit of water or fixing spray, brush through the brow. It keeps them in position much better than any kind of brow set and adds a much more volume to them also. And then follow through with a little bit of brow pomade. This one is Dirty Blonde from MAC. It allows me to build up the brow in the areas that might be a bit sparser, but also if there's any structural or shape changes that I need to do, it allows me to do it in a much more natural way. I'm seeing faux freckles everywhere at the minute, and I do actually love this trend. It just softens any kind of skin and just makes everything look a lot more realistic by adding the imperfections back in. I then followed with a bit of mascara and a cream shadow just through the lids. To complete the look, I'm going in with a caramel toned nude lip. I'm keeping it a bit more of a satin texture because there is such a glow through the skin and on the lids. I want there to be a bit of contrast. So I'm using a little bit of Stripdown Lip Pencil from MAC to define, Siss Lipstick again from MAC just to give a little bit more coverage and that nice satin texture. I finish off with a little bit of concealer through the centre of the lip to mattify, but also to add that slight kind of 90s vibe. And it's these difference in textures that just create a much more interesting final look. Thank you for watching. This is my first video, so I'm still trying to figure things out. But if you did enjoy it and you did like it, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe and all that malarkey. And if you wait till the end, you'll see a gorgeous clip of Beth. See ya.